Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome everybody to 2018. This is Beacon Bits training webinar number 27 and number 1 for 2018. I hope everyone had a great Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or winter solstice or whatever you choose to celebrate or not celebrate. And hope everyone had a fantastic new year as well. So thanks for joining us today. Things have been very quiet, but I have something I can go over, and I'll take a lot of Q&As, and Ed has something very fun and exciting to share as well. Ed, why don't you say hello?
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're staying warm. It's only going to be negative 20 or negative 30 wind chill here in Michigan, so I know it's getting cold down in Tampa. I think it was in the 30s in Tampa yesterday. So hopefully everybody's staying warm and getting ready for 2018. We're going to warm everybody up on this call. We're going to be, on my end, and I'm going to be covering the, remember the old Magic Box? Well, we just started development of our own version of that, and we could talk about what we want to have added to it and all of our dream features that you think it might need inside of it. So I see we got probably a little bit light on attendance. I know normally we do these calls on Tuesday. Like I said, for the holidays, we changed this one to Thursday, but coming next Tuesday, we're back to regularly scheduled programming on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
And John, do you want to say hello to everybody as well?
Absolutely. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy wind chill, and looking forward to hit the ground running in 2018.
Hey, John, you want to give them a quick rundown on the CDK thing, the press release?
Sure. It's submitted. We have a final call tomorrow, 11:30 Eastern time. And right now, I don't think there's any snags. I think we're absolutely ready to go. This is the final call before release.
And then saving the best for last is Elena. Would you like to say Merry Christmas and hello and Happy New Year to everybody?
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Looking forward to 2018. We're going to crush it, and I'll give it back to Keith.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so CDK stuff is moving and going, and it's been, for the most part, very quiet from everybody. Not a lot of support tickets. Everyone, I think, has been on vacation and doing things, but I kicked off the new year. I decided, I'll now go ahead and show my screen, what I'm building here, is I decided that my New Year's resolution this year was I'm going to try to get out from behind the desk and pound the pavement again, shake the trees, and see if I can't go out there and sign up my own customers, not just keep upselling all of my current customers that I have, but actually go out and get new customers. And I have a game plan, and I talked to one of our fellow agents, Bob Lill, about this, because he's up north of me. But I have 43 microbreweries within a 10-mile radius of me. I am in the mecca of microbreweries. So I was designing two apps. One is I'm designing a brewery app. Your generic loyalty. I've got one built, not published, and I guess I could log into that one and show you that one here in a minute. And what I was going to do is I'm just going to change the logo on it, right, and go in and present it and try to hit. My goal is to hit all 43 microbreweries in Q1 of this first of the year, and see if I can't get them all to jump on board with a PWA. I'm only going to try to sell them on a PWA. The advantages of PWA, why Android and iOS are disadvantages for them to use, and try to see what I can do. I thought at first I was going to do just kind of a one and done Hops Highway app, but I thought that's cool and all. However, if you want to incorporate loyalty, if you have one app for all breweries, and every microbrewery you go to, you can scan a redemption and you can get one a day and you can do all these breweries, it kind of doesn't get that repeat business. I think a brewery would be more apt to wanting their own. Although I could spin it and that I could highlight you on the app and charge for this, but that would be with 43, that would be crazy. I'd rather just have them all have their own app, 43 of them, and let them use that and have loyalty and nice pricing, build it all for them, and so on and so forth. So that's something I've been working on. But also what I decided to do was instead of, revamping my website and doing all that, because everyone seems to just use their phones and tablets to look at websites and advertising, I was like, I don't really need one. I just need to build a good PWA, because PWAs, they are desktop friendly, but they're perfect for tablet and they are perfect for phone. So if I'm going out and I'm handing this out as kind of my new website and my digital business card, as it were, that this is going to work very well for me when I go in and out of the different shops that I'm going to go to. So what I did here, and I've just been mocking this up today, I'm going to do a different picture. Maybe I'll put my logo for the Marketing Group LLC, which is what I'll go.
Is that anything like the Prince logo?
Yes, sir. And so I'll sell it, as under my own company name and go out there. But so I started playing with it, and I just want to show you guys what I discovered with it in a way that I can do this so that people can actually use my little site here. And you can go obviously to a native preview and you can have a desktop preview of it, but actually buy everything I'm going to pitch to them. And I built it because we have that merchandise app. And so I created each service as a merchandise item. So if you go to services, and I'm just working on this right today. So marketing campaigns, automotive program, mobile app builder. So like if you go to marketing campaigns, someone say they want to go there, right? I got SMS, I throw $25 around like it's water, but that's what I put everything at. So it all looks pretty uniform. So you got SMS, you got mobile wallet, you got physical web pages, browser campaigns, voicemail campaigns. And then if you click on it, it breaks it down. I'm going to give you a keyword short code. You can do scheduled or immediate broadcasting, subscription, web forms, right? In text box chat. And the quantity would be 1 if they bought it, because I'm just one service. Kind of manipulating a little bit of how the merchandise feature works, but it's already linked to my PayPal under the marketing group. So someone can literally go in here, they can select, okay, I want to do 500 text messages sent and received per month, or I want to do 1,000, or I want to do 5,000, or I want to, they can select it, right? Leave me some notes and then go to place the order and add it. And then it's going to take them and continue shopping or place order, and they're going to have to go in, right? And it's going to have them put in their name, check out, and it's going right through my PayPal account. It's all set up already. So I can set all that up, put them on a monthly, and that's done. So they can go right to my PWA, sign up for services. I don't have to worry about anything else. Same for ThinkAlease, right? They can go in there, they can purchase that, 500, and I kind of broke down what that is, so they can go in and read it. It's 1 per rooftop. Just trying to, get creative here. And then our mobile app builder, if they want me to build them an app. And the cool thing here was I liked is go in there, describes what it is, right? Quantity 1, because I'm just selling 1 build per person. And then I break it down. I'm going to build the app for 500. I'm going to host it for 50 a month, and it's by 1 app. So if they want 2, it's obviously going to be double that. Any revisions they want done will be 25. They want me to publish it iOS, it's going to cost them $1,000 on top of it. Publish Android's 100. Publish the PWA, $50. So they can go in and select, and I'll hopefully talk with them over this. But this is how I want to just do it live and in person. I'm just signing someone up, take payment right there, and go through the PayPal system, which is pretty easy to manage. Now up here, which is cool, is I can show them demos of all the different type of apps that are available, right? So I can say, okay, we can build a golfing app, we can build a real estate app, golf app, and show them some demos really quick, an auto sales app, hotel resort app. So they can see immediately what it's going to look like as you build this out, and add those images to see what their app could look like as a PWA, or if they want to go iOS or Apple. So I'm played with that today. You know, I haven't even built info yet. There's nothing there. And videos, that just links to my channel, which most of you are subscribed to, so they can look at all the videos that are about everything and anything and have some fun, right? And social, hook up to Facebook. I think that's going straight to Beacon Snap. Close that. And then Twitter or Instagram accounts. And then I created so they can sign up for email just to subscribe for information. Yes.
There's a question, I guess, pretty important. Which template are you using for your ID card thing, your ID PWA?
For this, what I'm building, this one was, well, you know, they're all kind of the same. I mean, they kind of pre-build it for you, but they all end up being identical ultimately. This one I chose was, I believe, business. Shoot, now I forgot which template, because there's several that they let you choose from. But I think when I went in and I just chose it was for business, a business template. And I just been customizing it and playing with it, right? Gosh, honestly, I'm sorry, I can't remember which one it was, but I know that it had a black background, and I forget the name of the thing because I already switched that out. Maybe it's over here. Let me look real quick. What the default was, it'll tell you in a second. If I go back to the splash screen, it might, yeah, it was the Roxy Holiday Photography. That was the template. It said that for a bit. So I think it was just business. It was just the business templated app to start with. That's what I started with, and there you go. Went from there. I've never played with that button before, but anyway, so that's what I've been working on today a little bit, getting back into the groove of everything, and trying to set my sights on getting out from behind the desk so that I can also share, go to the front lines with the rest of you and have more frontline experiences that I can bring to the table and share with everybody. I have been off the front lines for a while now, and and John, I think, will concur. John's is pretty much always on the front lines. That I think it's helpful if we can empathize with you, sympathize with you, because we're going through the same thing. So if I get rejections, I'm gonna really try to get to the nitty-gritty of why the rejection happened. What is it they didn't want? Why didn't they want to buy it? Was it the pricing? Was it what was it? So that I can bring that back to the table to help everybody. Because I know that there has been some questions in the group about, hey, can someone please tell me who all your customers are? I want to add them to my list, and I want at least 10 businesses that are using one of our services, so I can just, you know, show we have some clout and some business. And what's happened is nobody in the group, whether it's the DEMM group or the Beacon Snap group, has responded to anyone's request to list their customers. And that can come off as, well, no one has customers. But in reality, especially within the DEMM group, which I'm going to give a little history here, 3 years ago or 4 years ago when we started that group, I don't know, Ed or John, you could correct me on that one. But when we started that group, the group was very forthcoming with, oh, I just signed up this dealership, and I signed up that dealership, and this and that and all that stuff. Well, unfortunately, because, you know, we are a dog-eat-dog world in a way, some people went in because they're like, hey, that dealership's down in my neck of the woods, and so that guy is in my neck of the woods, and he went and sold them. Well, clearly they want the product. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to charge less so that I can get the account, and that actually happened. I believe one of the worst cases that we had happen. We took what action we could, but we try to protect all of you. If you guys want to divulge all of your customers within the group, you can. But we are going to protect you. We're not going to divulge any of your customers without your express written approval, consent. John's the attorney. He can get into the legalities of that. But one of the cases we had that was the most egregious error that really was upsetting was there was a gentleman who joined DEMM who was literally homeless and using this as his stepping stone because couldn't find a job, couldn't find work, said, I'm going to invest in this because I see the income potential here, went out, started selling the product, started making some money, and literally had a guy go in behind him and steal his customers. And it was another one of our members, and we had to go in and set that right. Am I telling the story correctly, guys?
Yeah, it's pretty damn close.
No, that's correct. And we ended up, throwing that person off of the system. That was so egregious. But it did kind of hit hard, cold reality that, hey, if I were you, I probably wouldn't disclose, right? You just never know what's going to happen out there. So, rather than try to self-police and figure out who's doing this, we don't authorize that. We don't, quite the reverse. If we find out somebody's stolen somebody else's customers, we will throw them off, but we'd rather not have to police it, is what really the crux of Keith's thing is that, hey, look, again, if you want to disclose it, it's one thing, but we will never disclose, whose customers are out there and who just closed what and things like that.
Yeah. Not to mention, just there's a logistical issue there of almost 600 members, and then going through and say, okay, well, let's go to this guy and see how many dealerships does he have, and who are his dealerships, and then this guy and this guy and this guy, and trying to go through and create some sort of database for all of you guys to go, okay, well, we know that there's this many dealerships between the 600 agents that are out there, and here's all the dealerships that are on sales text chat, and here's all the restaurants that are using this, and here's everyone using mobile wallet. That's crazy. Obviously anything's doable, but that's not what we want to spend our time doing. We're spending our time trying to educate how the product works, keep you guys informed about what's happening in the marketplace, and try to be at the forefront of always being on the cutting edge of what's next. And I think we really stumbled onto something pretty incredible with these progressive web apps. The more I've researched and dove into them and watched a lot of training on them, like there's a ton of stuff on YouTube about them and the future of them and what's happening with them, the more I'm impressed and the more I'm just very, very, it's very serendipitous that we tapped into it as early as we did and when we did. Similar to beacons in the physical web, which are still a viable commodity out there, they're still huge, and there's a lot of market that you can use that for if it's sold, not oversold, but sold correctly. But these PWAs are just, they're going to open up the market for everyone. And like I was saying, I really don't see myself, I don't need a website, because even this item, right, when I go here, if it'll let me get to it again, it works as a desktop. Yeah, it's not as desktop friendly and everything, but nonetheless, it still works. And it's all I need, because most people, when they're meeting or they're looking or they're okay, where do I go? Where do I purchase this service, and how do I pay you? Well, here, you just go straight to my site right here, right? And so when we go up to the preview and we want to look at web app, right? I'm sorry, what I wanted to do was there's the link to look at it on a website. That's what I wanted to look at. Sorry, guys, hold on. Is that it works ultimately, right? It just works. And if it works, don't worry about it. And like I said, most people are going to look at you on the phone and a tablet. And on a phone and tablet, it's full screen and it looks great and you're good to go. So I'm just going to go to here for a minute just because I need the little code thing. Cancel the, shoot. Sorry, guys. Stand by. Apply, good enough. I love how easy it is to just go through and I can re-edit all of this stuff, right? So I want this to be a PWA. So that's what I'm looking for, is that right there. So hey, I mean, that's clean and good enough, right? For someone to be like, oh, that's not bad. You know, I can go to your services, break them down. Very simple. It's clean. Yeah, I can get a little more dynamic, but they can break it down and they get the gist of, okay, this is cool, right? Yeah, it's not full screen. It's not the whole website on a desktop, but the majority of people, and even those current customers that I have and the friends that I have, when I do meet with them, it's always on their smartphone is what they're looking at stuff on. They're, oh, let me check that out, and they're on their phone or on their tablet. They're not breaking down to their computer to look or do anything. So I just think this is a real home run for a lot of people. And how easy is it to maintain this as a website, especially for a business that just wants to keep it simple, order some items and some different things, and you're done, right? It's easy. It's simple. Anyways, that's kind of what I was working on today. It's kind of something I wanted to throw out there, and how I built that, and that you can actually put in your PayPal or whatever you want really to set up for billing automatically, and just have them go in and order it, and you just got your payment and you're done and you're off building and rocking and rolling. So with that being said, Ed, we can, I guess, do some Q&A, and then you can talk about your thing, or how do you want to do that?
Okay.
You first, then Q&A, or Q&A first?
Yeah, first, I'm going to address some things here. If you guys have signed up some stores with Thinkalese and they've gone live and you haven't got paid yet, let us know. We'll find out what's going on with that. So Eric will take care of you. We're going to be in touch with Zach here probably the next couple of days. Next question maybe for you, Keith. Can you do a walkthrough showing a brewery how they can use a beacon to offer a loyalty card for downloading their app and giving a free draft beer, just using the app and not mobile wallet for loyalty?
Yeah, so I've already have that going with, so what you would do is you would set the, okay, hold on a second.
If you need to pause your screen, go ahead.
Yeah, let me pause my screen and I'll go to the Bare Roots app, and then I can show you, or the part, I'll show you how that works. Hold on.
Cool. Is audio breaking for anybody? Let us know. I know Ed was having an issue with audio. Is it possible to integrate Stripe? Yes, I think you can. Yep, BJ said he just posted a link saying that you can use Stripe for PWAs. Oh, John, question for you, if you're there. Which products will CDK cover at this time?
Okay, so it's sales text chat, service text chat, two separate products. The mobile wallet under Leads Beacon, and Beacon Snap physical web. Those are the 4 approved and out. Some others will be following, but those are the ones that are launching this week.
Cool.
Okay, so, all right, you guys see my screen again?
Yep, I see it. You're moving around.
So I'm building this for this restaurant. We're not done yet, right? We're playing right now. It's been, it was bad timing. It was the holidays and all that. But what I did with them with their loyalty is the ad campaign that I created. Let me just go to the ad campaign I made for them, which he loved because I go and I print and I send it straight to Kinko's, and you can print on like glossy cardstock, which looks really professional, really awesome. And I printed this out for him, but it's free appetizer when you load our app, right? How simple is that? And because this is HTTPS, you simply do a URL forward from the client, right? When you go to your client, I don't have a one for, I'll go to the, what's going on here? Sorry. Hold on a second, guys. Isn't that letting me click that? For Bare Roots, I have theirs already forwarding. I'm gonna log out of this, go to my other master account. And so with Bare Roots, right? If I go to my clients, client dashboard, I have their physical web page forwarding straight to the PWA now. And I'll show you that. So now what's happening is when they walk in, if they're not subscribed to anything, see, this is just URL forward now to their app that I published for them. So now when they go in, the beacon hits their phone and the message they're getting is twofold. A, they're getting text Bare Roots to 696.96 and get our PWA. So they can look at that and they can decide, oh, I'm going to text that. And when they click on it, it's going to automatically forward them, right, to the app that I built them. Right? There you go. So it goes to, they can go to their brews. They load the brews on tap now, right? So they got Latham Red, right? That's my favorite, all the descriptions. So I think I answered that question, right? So that's how you can do that, so that you broadcast through the beacon, the physical web page, and you just do a URL forward to the PWA that you made. The reason you want to do that is because if you just have the beacon broadcast the HTTPS of the PWA, you don't get to control the messaging. But you get to control the messaging when you use our system here. So that I can make that say anything I want when they get that notification on their screen of their phone. Make sense to everybody? Is everybody still there?
Still here.
Okay.
Are you given access to the PWA so they make menu edits?
I have not yet, but that's something I'm working on with Partake. That's where I'm going to, with him, we're going to work on it together, and I'm probably going to give him access so that he can do that. But their menu is pretty fixed. He only changed one thing in the past 2 years. Oh, I will say this. Here's one thing that I worked with that I was talking about with Partake, and you can do that with the apps here, like in the Bare Roots app. Let me get up here. Is in events, you can put in when they do a oh, that wasn't, it's not events. It was it's under social. Under social, you can do what's new. So you can put a new item there. And what Partake does is once a month they team up with a particular brewery and they create a menu around a particular wine and beer. And then they offer kind of this prefix menu price. It's like $50, and you get this set item, and it's paired with these things. That, instead of changing it as a menu, it's an added thing. We'll just throw it out there in the social as you know, the highlighted prefix menu for Wednesday, the whatever 23rd, will be this, and that's how people will check that to do some changes and updates and different things. But I like to do things like that. I like to manage that because that's where how you can make more money is if you manage it. You can say, okay, now every time you want me to add the new prefix menu and update all that, I'm going to charge you, you know, $25, $50. Cool, no problem. Here's this month's. Great, done. Hey, can you send a message out for me? I got a guy that's coming in to sing. He's a new artist. He's the singer, whatever, acoustic night. Yeah, sure, $10. I'll send that out. Boom. Yeah, you can piecemeal a little bit of money here and there out of your customers every time they need you to do something.
All right, we'll take a few more questions and we'll get on to the next thing. Ed said he has a bar that requires a lot of events that change. So yeah, you can give them access just to edit events. I think that was covered on the last call.
Yeah, you can create a group segment where you can allow them access where they can create events and reviews and different things on their own. Just charge them a premium for it.
Basil says, John, when you say Beacon Snap is included in the release, would you explain what options are available to global members under that and how that relates to our membership? How do we sell that option?
Yeah, what we're offering under that label is limited. It's the physical web and beacon use, and the web page creation. So it doesn't include really anything. We've been doing this, working with us for a while. It doesn't include anything, I believe, that's new as of last November. So physical web and doing the on-the-fly physical web pages, that would be included. You could sell that. And of course, with the Leads Beacon, that's simply mobile wallet, and then the 2 text chat services.
Keith, how does the loyalty app work? Is it a punch card? Is it all done in ApperSnap?
It's all done in ApperSnap. That's one of the things that the couple restaurants that I've talked to, and I'm building this for Partake and for Swami's and stuff, is it's completely frictionless. So the way it works is, well, hold on a second and I'll just show you. Give me a second. Okay. So when you create a loyalty program, so let me go to the loyalty program. The proprietor, the servers, the hostess or host, whoever, they never touch the person's phone. They never punch in a code. They do literally nothing, because the way the system works when you do your loyalty is they simply have to put this QR code at the POS system or on the menu, and the person opens their app, and they go to loyalty and they scan the code themselves, and it automatically punches their card. And you can configure it so that they are only allowed to punch it when they're within the location, right? So I have this a quarter of a mile so that they're like within the building, and they're only allowed to get a stamp every 24 hours. So it's completely frictionless. The person comes in, they can only get a punch once a day. They can't, mimic the barcode somewhere, or I mean the QR code, or make a copy of it, or steal the menu and sit home and then scan it and scan it and scan it and come back in, because they have to be at the location to scan it as well. And you can dial this down even tighter through testing to see how tight you can make it. But I figure, 0.2 of a mile is pretty darn tight for a business to be able to have you be there. I mean, if you're going to drive all the way there just to stand that close to the business to scan a QR code but actually not go in, well, more power to you. If you want to drive there 10 times in order to get your free appetizer and do that, you're wasting so much in gas. You should go in and have a drink, but whatever. So yeah, it's frictionless. It's easy. You can even set times, right? So you can say that they can only scan it when the business is open too, right? So you can set all these cool things, create that, and they never touch it. So what happens is once you've, say, scanned it 6 times, then automatically what's going to happen is, the offer is going to pop up, right? Here's the offer. The offer's for a free app. Let's begin. They call their apps begin, right? That'll pop up. They'll show it to the server. Hey, I just got this. It says I got a free appetizer on my app, free app on my app, haha. And they'll say, great, what appetizer would you like? Let me go get that for you. And then all they have to do is tell them to scan the QR code on the menu, the same one they scan for getting their cards punched, again in front. So the only time the server has to really monitor something is say, okay, I'm going to redeem that appetizer for you. Go ahead and scan the QR code again that you're redeeming it. They'll scan it. It redeems it and then sets their punch card back to 0 the minute they scan it. So the server never touches anything. It's frictionless. They just have to make sure that once they give them that app, that they've redeemed the free offer, they monitor and make sure that customer scans it. Otherwise, the offer still sits on their phone, and they could go to a different server or come in another day and say, hey, I have this on my phone. So it's just that's the only time the server has to just be aware of it.
Keith, where is that QR code that they have to punch for the loyalty?
So when you create this, right, when you're creating it, the QR code is really numbers. So every QR code is defaulted to 1, 2, 3. What you want to do is make it their phone number or some unique number, right, so that it can change, right? So like 424-442-9826, my business number, that'll generate a QR code that's that code number. So you want to create a code number that is unique to that business. Usually their phone number, the last 4 digits of their phone number, maybe the zip code, and it automatically generates the QR code, which you'll see is then right here. So you select it, and it says download. You download it, you print it, save it as a digital file. They can then add this to all of their menus or put it on tabletops or cards or whatever they want.
Is there an option for a tablet for like a check-in at a cash register?
It's the same thing. They just pull up the app on their tablet and they just open the loyalty and they hold the tablet up to the QR code at the cash register. That's just a little, you just make it a sticker on the back of the register or a little whatever, just says scan your app here, and they just hold the tablet up and boom, it'll scan it and does the same exact thing.
So the customer, when they are eligible for loyalty reward, has to redeem and continue to collect loyalty points?
Yeah, it's on the customer to make sure they punch their card on their own. So when they go up to purchase, they make sure, oh yeah, let me make sure I scan that so I get my point. Most customers, if you take it back to being to analog, a customer has to pull that card out and say, oh, would you please punch this card with your little puncher, or put your initials on the little symbol because I'm working my way around the card for all my 10 punches. It's the same thing. It's on the customer to pull that card out. So here the customer just uses their phone, scan, done.
And I presume it needs a data connection, right, in order to do all this?
Yeah. It's all cloud-based.
If we create a loyalty app, do we pay a license fee? How much to pay us? How much to us?
Us, as in Beacon Snap?
I'm not sure.
As long as you're a current paying member, you're not paying anything extra to us. The only time that the app is going to cost you additional money is if they want to publish it as an iOS app in the iOS store. Then there's a minimum publishing fee of $500.
Which they won't probably get done anyway, so it'll be a waste of your money.
Yeah, and stay tuned. So what's happening is Apple, what they're saying right now is they realize that it's not cool what they're doing, and that a restaurant app is a restaurant app is a restaurant app. And you can't say that this restaurant can't have a restaurant app because that app's just like the other restaurant app. Well, restaurant apps are pretty simple. They're all the same. I need a menu. I need to order. It's pretty simple. So a templated restaurant app, what they're saying is they'll allow it to be published, providing it's published by the business proprietor themselves, i.e. what that means, and it's very similar to mobile wallet when you think about it, that business is going to need to get their own Apple development license. They're going to have to submit that to you. That's an additional $100 a year to them. Then you're going to take their Apple development license, and with that license, we'll be able to publish it in the iOS store under their license for the $500. Now, that's what Apple has said in the media. There's a meeting in next week or a week after that with the actual developers of our whole app system with Apple to get the specific and all the clarity on exactly how to get an app in the Apple store. So that's the Cliff Notes. That's kind of the Apple press release on it. And if so, then there'll be a way when you go to publish it for Apple where it will say put in the business's developer license here. And that will be the way to work that out. And then, of course, with Android, I believe it's $25 to publish it, and that's all. So it's pretty minuscule.
I am setting up a bingo hall that will get free entry after 6 plays. We were trying to take the stamp away from the registration table. This is great on the customer on the customer to scan. Okay.
Yeah, because you can put the scan on the bingo cards, right?
Yeah.
The QR code on the bingo cards or just on tabletops.
What if they don't redeem that? What if they don't redeem that time, but just want more loyalty points?
They're kind of pigeonholed. They're stuck. They're going to have to, unless they want to download the app again, which I guess they could do, and they could just have it on their phone twice. And I think you can do that. We'll have to see if you
I
can.
don't know. I've never
But
done it before.
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, there might be a rare occasion that someone's like that, and most people want their redemption once they get it. They don't want to just save them and save them and save them and have like 100 free apps all of a sudden. But if they do, I'm sure most businesses would be more than happy to accommodate and say, I understand you don't want to redeem it, but you want to continue to collect points. I'm going to go ahead and write you out a gift certificate for your free cup of coffee. We'll scan that, but it hasn't been redeemed. But you have a card now that you can bring in later and go ahead and get and keep collecting points. I'm sure a business would be more than willing to accommodate a customer that wanted to do that.
Let's talk about our next plan of attack here, which is the Magic Box. Remember back in the day? Do you guys remember this? Ken Anderson and I made this November 17th, 2012. Essentially what it is, it's a tablet system where people can put in their information, they subscribe to an SMS campaign, and simultaneously they're entered into a contest. It lets them know via text if they win. You can also set it so if they lose, they can also get a text, maybe a coupon to buy something. But you can see here in this particular event, Ken Anderson was holding. This was in.
You want to share your screen, Ed?
Oh, I thought I was already sharing it.
No, it's me. It's on me.
It says on air showing screen.
Oh, does everyone see his screen?
Can everybody see my screen?
I see it now. I've been looking at my screen the whole time. Sorry, go ahead.
You're looking at a browser.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
So there was people lining up to enter this contest. EB Games ended up getting like 300, 400 subscribers just from this one event. And if I go through this video more, you guys can probably see this. If I probably zoom it in a little bit more. Let me see if I can zoom this. It's not letting me. Click to enlarge. I'm clicking it and it's not enlarging. Let me try this. It is just bugging out now. What did it happen? What just happened? Let me refresh that.
You upset it.
There we go. People were entering it in there, and it was just a real simple system. This is something that we're going to replicate and create because there's still a demand for this. And we could probably make this more robust. You can see the response to this particular campaign. There was people actually lining up before they get into EV Games. And all it was a simple win a game. Look at the line for people trying to get him to use this tablet. Pretty impressive stuff. And to this very day, this same model will still work. But I think we can improve it some. So what I'm going to do is probably just take some of your guys' advice for features. We're going to start development tonight. So Keith, before we jump into creating the diagram here, here's your logo for your page.
I love it. Thank you.
Is that a good logo for you?
I love it. Send it to me. I want it. Yeah.
The marketer formerly known as Keith.
The desk jockey, formerly known as.
All right, so Contest Snap. Let's go back to basics here. What it did before. It would collect a phone number. And then in the later version, it also collected an email. But we had no autoresponders. Collect email. Oh, by the way, guys, too, we're adding 6 or 7 autoresponders. That'll probably be the end of this week onto LanderSnap. And we're also going to be integrating that so it can be used with Leads Beacon and some of our other products inside of Beacon Snap. So it collects phone numbers, collect emails. Essentially, what it was, it put everybody into a subscription. And this way, the store could market to them. Now, on the contest end of it, what happened was there were some settings where you could make, for example, the 100th person to go through the tablet, put in their phone number, was the winner. So the winner was decided in several ways, and one was just having a general number, and then another one was. Let me see if I can find this guy. Here we go. Well, it's multiple numbers, which means you could have had the 53rd person was a winner, the 167th person was a winner. You could do it that way, or you could do it recurring, where every 100th person was a winner. And when I say general number, I'll just do this here just for reference. Subscriber number 247, and in this case here, subscriber numbers 247, 289. You could totally randomize it, but this essentially was all that it was, and we're looking to improve upon this with some of your ideas. So if you guys want to start throwing some ideas out there, I know before you could not send emails to autoresponders. So what I do want to add to this system is autoresponders. Autoresponder services. What else, guys? Referral and social sharing. Okay, this was discussed even back then in 2012, 2013. With the tablet, the idea is not to take people away from the contest. So what happens is somebody puts in their number, and it tells them if they're a winner or not. But then they're added to the list. But you can't. We don't want people using the tablet to go on their Facebook, blah blah blah. It's strictly for collecting phone numbers. So if you guys want to add social, I would need to know how that would be accomplished. Would we be sending a text message with a sharing link?
I have a question, Ed.
Yep.
Currently, with the PWA, when you want to scan your loyalty card, you're required to either log into Facebook or Twitter to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in February, you can log in and create an account with just an email. Would that be something that they could do here, where it would require their Facebook login or Twitter login, so then you would then know? And I think it's doing that so you know who they are, so you could then solicit them through Facebook and Twitter.
Well, you can't take people away from the contest. The tablet is pigeonholed and dedicated to collecting names for a contest. You can't send people, have them log in, otherwise you're going to ruin the entire system. Now we're from creating a web-enabled app to creating an app, which is going to take longer and probably will never get approved on iOS.
Copy.
I want to try to keep this more web-enabled. So for social, we could probably ask people to share with it via text, right? Because remember, they can't do it on the screen of the tablet. I was also thinking a way to check in as well, like a check-in button. So every time they come in, even have it ping maybe a loyalty system, like maybe the PWA. I'd have to try to figure that out. Glenn says, need Zapier to push the email and phone number to trigger stuff. Sure, yeah, we're going to be adding Zapier as well. Dan says, cost of text or so make this too expensive to run in most cases. Can we only have an option for email? Yes. In later versions of the Magic Box, we did have an email option because of those complaints. Can we add pixels to the share page? Are you referring to the Magic Box, Antoine? Just want to make sure we're all on the same system here, same mindset. We're talking about Magic Box. So if you guys are asking questions about something else, he says when the text goes out, well, you can't add it to the share page. So I know Mercer Smith, he does have a Facebook share program that he made. We could probably take from that and create like a share program, which obviously gives a customized share link that can be used to share a page. Here's another idea I had. When a text goes out, let me see if I can make this wider here. How about this, guys? Reputation. A reputation request. Now, what this would do would just go to a feedback page. If the feedback was deemed to be good, they then would be forwarded to leave a Google review. So this is probably could be a massive opportunity here just for this. I was also thinking as well on the actual, you have a mode for the reputation. So if you had a tablet and was in reputation mode, you can actually have them do a 5-star rating. And then that would determine, instead of having a feedback form, then it would determine if they would get a link to leave a review. So if you guys remember the Magic Box, let me see if I can come back here. Show an example of what the Magic Box looked like. I don't have it installed available. So essentially, on the tablet, this was like the logo area, right? So here was the logo. And then there was a place where the feedback for the typing of the number would go. And then you would have the keypad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Real crude here. So there was the keypad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Power back, and then there was another button here. I forgot what this was for, but this was 0. They would type it in, and then they would. This was the submit. They hit submit. The screen would change. This area would change, and would show if they're a winner or not. What we could do is add a star rating where they put in the stars, and once they hit submit, it then knows we're in reputation mode, and then we can send not only entered into a contest, but then they get a text message to leave a review. Yes, this is a takeoff Ken Anderson's Magic Box, which I created. So Ken Anderson and I both created that. Google Reviews has to be through their own device, not a tablet. Correct. They would get a link, which would go to their device, and then they would leave a review from their device. Mike says I have a photo of it somewhere. Yeah, I had some too, but it's on an older computer. Let me check all the chat boxes here because I just want to make sure we have something where a starting point for development tonight. Could use levels. Every 200th wins a free meal. Every 100th wins an app. Every 50th wins a beverage. Yeah, I like that idea. So let me put that in there. I know exactly what you're saying. I'm going to make the new features a different color. Delete that. Have the contest take it from in-store to out-of-store viral with the share options. Yes, absolutely. Yes, scratch and win. I love it, man. Good idea. Hey, Keith, any ideas there?
No, not right now. I'm just watching this, and I like the scratch and win. That's cool.
Yeah, scratch and win is something that we also created back in the day.
And I was thinking of the tiered thing already, so that got covered. So
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I can't believe it was never thought of back in the day when we created it then. So I guess we have a good foundation here to get started. If you guys have any other ideas, let us know. But this is officially going to be called Contest Snap. We're not going to get into, like back in the day, we're not going to get into warehousing tablets in bulk. We're not going to be creating the boxes. That's stuff that you guys are going to be responsible for doing. But we're going to give you the software, which is a foundation to make all of this work. So hopefully everyone knows a carpenter that can create you a clear box. Let me go back here. Let me see if I can.
You a carpenter, Ed?
Huh?
You're a carpenter.
I'm a carpenter, but I don't have. I'm already spending time. Already spending full time working on Beacon Snap, so I don't have time to build boxes. I know there was a gentleman that was in Canada that was creating the boxes. I think for like $200. And essentially was a clear acrylic box with a lock on it, and then that way you'd put like the jersey that they're going to win inside the box, or you'd put the video game or whatever they're going to win would go inside the box, and then the store owner, when he sees the text message, "Hey, you're a winner," from the phone number that's dedicated to the campaign, he then would go grab his key and unlock the prize and take it out of the box and give it to the person and put the new prize in for the next winners to win.
This would be great for a dealership because, and I know everyone else has seen this, every time you go to an auto mall, a dealership has a car there. Win this car, and you fill out the forms and you put it in there, a wheel stand with a tablet in it, right, John? Because most dealerships now have wheel stands with tablets in them, giving you information on the car. Now you can do this in all of those malls, whether it's an insurance company or a bank. I see banks a lot of times have cars on display, win this car or finance this, whatever. And now you could use this whole magic box concept in a wheel stand with the tablet and go sell them something better than what they're doing to collect customer data and give away a free gift. Right, John?
Yeah, you could actually make it seamless. It's very good.
Coupon Snap, how about that?
Bingo.
Have something where if you do multiple numbers or tiered winners, every single one that completes that would get a coupon on the spot that they can use right away. And then here you see I put Coupon Snap. So we're talking about a whole new system that's just dedicated to coupons, correct? So Contest Snap will be first, and then we're going to get this done, and then we're going to start building Coupon Snap. How's it sound, guys? Everybody like it? Love it? Dan says, scratch and win needs to every set win number is a winner. Can everybody put this to use somewhere for one of their clients? Now keep in mind there is going to be some minimal cost for you guys, not from us. If you guys are going to use the software, it has to be done on a tablet. So obviously tablets now, they're a lot cheaper than back in 2012. You can probably get a nice, how many inches is your tablet?
7 inches.
You can get a 7-inch, 9-inch tablet now, I think for like $100. So yeah, Android tablet. You can also use iOS tablets. There's still
you can't use what do you call it, a Kindle Fire or Amazon tablet.
As long as it has access to a browser, Yes, it can be done, but
Oh, that'd be great because those are only $40.
yep, and in the tablet, you're also gonna have to download an app, which is a locking app, which makes sure that some idiot doesn't come up to the tablet and put in a porn site on the browser and just screw up the whole thing. So there is some locker apps that are out there for Android and for iOS. Ken Lusick says he has 2 boxes. Are you selling them? Dan says with GeoCoupon Commander Scratch and Win, you can use QR code. However, it only allows everyone is either a winner or a loser. Oh yeah, we'll definitely improve upon that. Yes, Edward, you still will need a Wi-Fi connection no matter what. He's just sent me to a YouTube URL. Hopefully this is clean. Oh, not that one. Let me copy this. Copy. Yep, this is the money box training from the original one. Let me see if I can fast forward here. That's what the box looked like. You see the lock on the box. And then here is it in a completed fashion. They had it so the tablet couldn't be stolen too, so it was actually inside the box. I don't know if it was held in by screws, but you could only have access. And the way Ken did it is when he did that cutout, it was cut out so you couldn't touch the URL bar because we didn't have a locking app. So he actually had the acrylic go just where the URL bar is, so you couldn't get access any other features inside the tablet, which was a great idea. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, I'll actually refer to this when I give it to my programmer. Yeah, this was really plain Jane back when we made it. Look how I call it one of my ugly apps that I made, but it's also pretty useful still. Yeah, I don't see anything else of value here. Here's what the screen looked like. So, enter your mobile number to win. Pretty simple. Instantly win a gas card. So this is what it
That's
would
pretty.
look like on the tablet, and you'd have your picture. I think in this case, we didn't have a text editor, so you had to make the words inside of your picture, but it would automatically resize it to fit in this side here. And I don't know if I have a picture of it with the keypad. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think there is one on this particular video. No, there isn't. But yeah, Edward Kiley says it worked well. It definitely was a great program. I still think that it's viable today with some improvements that we can make. So consider this project started as of tonight. And if you guys
That would be awesome at casinos.
And why is that?
Because casinos are always trying to give away like a car and the slot machine and stuff, but they could also add this into that because they always want to solicit you to come in and stay at the resort and the casino and come in. This would be a great sell for a casino. Like they could enter to win and every 50th gets credit because all casinos now, you have these cards that you plug into the machine. It's not actual dollars anymore. And like you could get credits, give people credits to go and pull the one-armed bandits and do things by entering to win the car and all that stuff.
Yeah. It'd be cool if you had like a box at a casino and then you had like a bucket full of tokens for the machines and you could win the bucket of tokens to use on your penny slots.
Yeah, or just to win the buffet or the show that night or something. I mean, there's so many casinos are a gold mine for this because they're always getting the type of people that will enter to win any and everything.
I don't know if this is going to go to the right place. Like here's a kiosk stand right here. $75. These are all costs that you would pass on to whoever you're selling it to. I mean, they could even rent that kiosk. I don't know what that's for, but it's interesting. It could be like a brochure to put in there or what they're going to win. So that's a pretty cool idea. Let me look at another one here. Copy, paste. Oh, that's the same one. Let me see if I got the wrong.
Scroll down, and it usually shows similar items.
Yeah, there's all kinds of. This can actually go next to the point of sale device. It's come a long way. There's a lot of new technology. This looks pretty cool. $29 for that. But I think it still could be easily. It's got to be secured, obviously.
There was one there that looked like it was you could bolt it to a wall and it was encased. But yeah, there's lots of
Check
options.
that out. Displays to go. This is already pre-made. The only thing you'd have to figure out in this particular case is how to secure the tablet to the top of the case, or maybe you can even ask these guys if they can make one. Where a tablet, make it so a 7 or 9-inch tablet will go in it, and you can secure it to the top. This way, you're not putting in ballots or tickets. You can actually put the prize in there. Gil says Best Buy has tablets as cheap as $60 for 8-inch screen. Yeah, it's come a long way. I remember back when we were talking about it, 2012. I think they were pushing like $150 a piece. Things have changed. Enter to win a free PWA to get leads. Yeah, and obviously we'll try to figure out integrations of how we could get people into Leads Beacon campaign automatically by filling out the tablets. So there's going to be a lot of integrations with stuff we already own as well as stuff that we don't own and you guys use from other marketers or other things that you have bought online. So we're at 6 minutes after. We're pushing the limit here. So we're going to end this call. Look out for news tomorrow about CDK Global. We're expecting 99.9% sure, very good news, and have a definitive date to when we can get those press releases in your hands. So with that said, I'll say goodbye, and then I'll let you guys go ahead and say goodbye as well.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hey, goodbye, everyone. Start to a good year.
Have a good night.